All right. Good morning.
Morning.
Welcome to episode
Something of
four of the
this
movie
is only my second one.
Mitra.
Welcome back. What did you guys think of Midnight Express?
We talked a little bit about this before already, but there's a lot of hate going around about this movie being a little bit boring.
A little bit boring.
I thought it was interesting and did a good job of showing the true difficulties and horrors and scariness of being in a foreign prison, which I kind of felt. And what about that?
I think I made the mistake of reading about the movie before the movie, and when I read about it, I found out a whole bunch of it was sensationalized and fictionalized. And I already am not like a huge fan of based on true story movies because it always feels like it's not going to actually be that accurate.
Yeah.
Just something about them just makes me just like admit it's a fictionalized version type of thing. But
Based on true story.
yeah, but to like, I think it was like it wasn't responsible when it presented like Turkey. I feel like there were no redeeming qualities about Turkey or any of the people there, when in real life that guy said he actually had a lot of good experiences, and they sensationalized his experience. Like apparently he wasn't raped in the prison, he didn't have that much of a hard time. They like sensationalized the mental hospital, and then they also like left out parts that were more interesting than the
I agree.
fictional part.
The
Like,
ending,
Like his actual escape
Yeah.
is like more interesting than the thing that they presented in the
I
movie.
agree.
because that seems like getting out of the prison's one thing, but then also crossing a border is
Yeah. They just kind of like
almost
skipped over that, like,
equally
oh,
as difficult.
yada yada yada. 3 weeks later, he's home.
Yeah.
It's like he didn't face any like retribution for.
It's strange.
For
I would have
whatever.
almost been more interested in like
Yeah.
the escape as the movie than
The Shawshank Redemption kind of.
yeah. Also, I don't know if you guys felt this, but I felt like sometimes it was like so clunky in the way it was
Yeah.
trying to convey things that I didn't really.
It was very heavy-handed for sure, but I feel like that was kind of like a relic of like it was filmed in like 1979 or something. It was
I'm
like,
wondering how
yeah.
much can be attributed to its age and how
Yeah.
much it was just. Because there are some scenes in particular where I was like, what is going on right now? Because it was
Yeah.
just like edited so weird.
Yeah.
Like, and then
They did the whole like, oh, we have to speed up like the action scenes or something like that. It's like, all right.
yeah, and just like some scenes like felt like they didn't have time to air out, like the Corin scene where he got 30 more years. Like the music started kicking in, and then it just like randomly cut off, and it was like him back in jail.
Yeah.
And then like the time frame I don't think was conveyed very well. It was just like cutting, and it was like, oh, 2 years later already.
Yeah, that was a little
Like
bit strange.
the sense of time wasn't there for me. So I'm not sure, because I like a lot of 70s movies, and I don't always have that issue with them. So I'm wondering how much of that is like just it's old, and how much of that is like it wasn't doing it very well.
I thought the emotions of the movie aged relatively well, because I felt like a lot of that is like sort of feeling is still relevant today. Like if you
Yeah.
go to North Korean prison, like that's probably something similar, like similarly horrific that you would go through. But what do you guys think about the amount that was just in Turkish with no subtitles, nothing, like the kind of long amounts of dialogue where you really didn't know what they were talking about?
For me, I felt like since I thought they were kind of like overacting it a lot, and I thought because of that, like you're a little bit able to like get the point of like what they were trying to say across. But I don't know, like it was interesting. Yeah, mixed feelings about it for sure.
I think like, did the guy know fluent Turkish? Because
Not at the beginning, I don't think.
yeah, I think it works if the main character also doesn't know what's going on. 'Cause
Right.
they're like
Yeah.
in the same point of view as him, and he has to sort of pick up on the like facial expression cues as well as the audience. So I think that's okay. But
I think that's true, but I feel like it's interesting because I don't think you would ever really see a movie do it to that extent today.
Yeah.
Probably like 8 minutes of total screenplay of something that you just don't understand.
Yeah.
But
That was an interesting storytelling choice for sure. Yeah. Yeah, for me, like my thoughts on the movie, like pretty similar to Josh's. I think like I feel like a lot of it I'm willing to give a little bit of a pass to, just because like it was a 1979 movie, and a lot of it is kind of like the relics of the time, like the overacting and things like that. I think like the things that I couldn't really see past as much and made me not really like appreciate the movie as much were definitely like the representation of the Turks. Like a lot of that stuff just didn't really happen in real life. So like it kind of like it's hard to like relitigate the past from our like 2020 perspective. But, like I kind of like have questions about why they felt the need to like portray these brown people the way they did. I don't know.
Wait, so it was the people in prison who were misportrayed, or was it also
Just
like the judges?
the whole culture.
Yeah.
It's just like there was
Every
not,
Turk.
like, one redeeming.
They did end up putting the life sentence on him. Like that wasn't made up.
Yeah.
They did.
It was
okay.
just like the way that everyone in the movie was bad, but in reality, he said he had some friends there, and like. There
And
was
also, like, he, like, committed a crime at the beginning, and I feel like they never really, like, delved into that very much.
They said it was his first time smuggling, but it was his fourth.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah. He actually had to go on an apology tour about the movie.
Yeah.
I was reading because.
Oh, I thought he chose to do that.
I mean, like he did choose, but like just because he felt so bad about the way
Yeah.
Turkish were portrayed, and like if it's based on a true story movie, like either be accurate or so far fictionalized that it's not this like weird in between period. Like a lot of movies do that for
Yeah.
me. I don't know why. It just makes me like not enjoy it more. If it's like I know it's sensationalized, it's like, well, I'm not gonna really enjoy this because it's not true to what it was. And then like if it's claiming that it's based on a true story and it's not totally fictionalized, then I can't like just get into it.
You gotta change a little bit every
Yeah.
time though to make it interesting.
Mhm.
Yeah.
To really tell you. Well, okay. Well, for that strong opinions, I'll let you go first. On the
I would say it didn't represent the situation well, and it was edited weird, and
It was edited weird.
I don't think the acting and emotional moments hit for me, so I'm gonna give it 55.
Ooh, that's a lot higher than I thought. Because I thought, like, a 50 would be an average movie.
Okay, 50.
Nice. I mean, like, I didn't really like the movie that much. I'm gonna give it a 33.
Oh my
Wow.
god. Alright, I'm gonna be a little bit more generous and give it a 75.
For an average of a 52.7.
These people just don't enjoy older movies, I guess.
I like Die Hard.
Ooh, that is brutal.